What's up, everybody, and welcome to the HexxedPhenom Gamescast, the show that goes live every Saturday and brings you the video game news you need to know about. Like I said, it goes live every Saturday. We were on a bit of a hiatus for a couple of weeks here. Things were a little bit crazy between work and just life in general, but we're back at it like a bad habit. I'm one of your hosts, Joshua Wojcik, aka HexxedPhenom, and I am joined by the abstract rocker, JP. JP, how you doing, man?
Hey, I'm doing pretty good, man. It's been gaming, catching up on a lot of stuff, and merchandising some new products. It's definitely going.
Hell yeah.
How you?
When I haven't been at work and, doing life stuff, then yeah, pretty much gaming, but that's the usual for me mostly.
Well, I feel that on a spiritual level. I've been doing a hell of a lot of gaming as of late, catching up on things too, which is awesome.
Yeah, before we talk about what we've been playing, I just want to let everybody know really quickly before we get into the whole swing of the show that there is, if you guys are watching this right now, then yesterday there's another episode of the Gamescast that went up that we recorded 2-3 weeks ago that just never got uploaded. So it's old news by now, but I didn't want it to go to waste because we had already recorded it and everything. So if you missed that yesterday, go back and check it out. I don't even remember what the hell we talked about. I'm sure we talked about Activision Blizzard at some point, though. That's pretty much guaranteed.
Yeah, that was in it. That was definitely in it. No doubts on that. No doubts.
And to no one's surprise, we're going to talk about Activision Blizzard again today, but we're also going to talk about GTA Online Plus. We're going to be talking about PlayStation's Spartacus Game Pass competitor being potentially revealed soon, and so much more. But first, JP, what have you been playing, man?
Yeah, well, let me tell you. Before we started recording today, I actually got to Prestige 10 on Call of Duty Vanguard.
Nice.
I have also been playing. I've been fucking grinding Zombie Army 4. I love that game. Other than that, I've been playing Grand Theft Auto 5 on PS5, which is a godsend. It feels great knowing there's a fully optimized game, and I must say, you got to put your game to performance ray tracing. You have to do it.
I agree.
It's just like PC basically at that point with ultra settings. Looking over here. I've been playing Far Cry 6 here and there, and I really need to get back on Dying Light 2 and Riders Republic, but other than that, I've been doing on the PS4, I've been doing Ghostbusters and quite a few. I actually have to delete Zombie Army and Grand Theft Auto from my PS4, so that's about 200 gigabytes that'll be free there. So that's not bad. So I've been doing a lot of gaming. I've been also back on my PSP, which is my nostalgia machine. So I've been classic ISO files and all from the hacked PSP that I have, and maybe one of these days on the podcast, if something comes up with like hacking and stuff, I'll probably bring it on. But it is hacked fully to the extent we're talking Game Boy, we're talking PlayStation, PSP, PS2 games if I wanted, So I've been catching up on a lot of stuff and just binging things. Honestly, it's been going very well.
Hell yeah.
Oh yeah. How about you, sir?
So I'm trying to think where I was in terms of gaming the last time we recorded. I want to say I might have mentioned this on the last episode that we did, but I'll reiterate that I platinumed Horizon Forbidden West. That game is fucking incredible.
Platinumed it, okay.
Yeah. That game is fucking incredible. I absolutely loved my time with it. Basically, by the time I had finished like the main story, I only needed like 4 or 5 more trophies, so it was a pretty easy platinum. Other than that, I'm trying to think. Gran Turismo 7, I've been playing quite a bit of. I do have some issues with it here and there. Mostly, it comes down to the game. It has always online DRM. So basically, you have to be signed in and have an internet connection for the game to work. And for me, that's not a problem because, my internet's fine. But like, there was something that happened the other day where the servers were offline for like almost 2 days. And so nobody in the world could play the game for almost 2 days. And so I feel like that really highlights the issue with having a game that, I mean, Gran Turismo does have some online multiplayer components, but for the most part, it is a single player focused game. Like there's more single player modes than there is online modes. So I don't see why you can't play the game at all if you don't have an internet connection, which is dumb, especially because the servers were down for 2 days and nobody could play the game whatsoever. So that's bullshit. I think they really need to fix that. There are some other things that I know that a lot of people have been turned off by, namely the microtransactions in the game. It's kind of like a GTA situation where it feels like you don't get. So basically, the microtransactions in Gran Turismo 7 are just for in-game currency, and it feels like you don't get nearly enough in-game currency for the real-life money that you're spending. Like, I don't remember off the top of my head, but I think maybe I could actually check right now. I think the highest credit pack you can buy is for like, I want to say maybe 10 million credits or something like that, and it's like $50, and that there are some cars in the game that cost, like multiple cars in the game actually, that cost 20 million credits, and so somehow they equate that one car to being worth 100 in real life dollars. Let me just double check. Oh, sorry, my TV is really loud. Hang on. I don't have my remote with me, so I can't turn it down. So I apologize about the noise in the background, but let me just check on these microtransactions for GT7 real quick. Okay, no, sorry. So the highest you can buy is 2 million credits for $20. So that means that that means that a $20 million car is worth what, $200? And there's multiple $20 million cars in the game.
That's fucked entirely. It really comes to show you where like the whole microtransaction thing has gone. It really does show you where that's been. It's kind of sickening, actually.
It is really egregious. I mean, granted, like, I guess it all depends on how you want to play Gran Turismo 7. Like, the $20 million cars are there just for the crazy collectors. Like, there are these, like, super old, like, super collector, like, one of one, two of two, or one of two, like, type of cars that you don't need, like, in the game. Like, and the game gives you more than enough cars through the campaign mode to like compete in pretty much any type of event you would want to compete in. So those crazy cars, like, you don't need them, but still, for them to be worth 200 in real life dollars is fucking insane.
No, I know.
They have come out and said that they are going to, they said they're going to come out and they're going to, there was a whole list of things. I think it actually might be one of the news stories on here. They outlined a list of things they're looking to change and fix. They're going to be increasing the payouts for all of the career events across the board, so it feels like less of a grind and you feel less enticed to need to buy these microtransactions or whatever.
Yeah, I think I saw.
There's a bunch of other changes. I believe it's one of the news stories I have on here, so we'll talk about it at some point.
I was gonna say, yeah, I thought I saw some news stories about Gran Turismo and all that stuff with like them trying to get back to the players. I was wondering what the hell it was about. I'm like, I'm sure we'll talk about it. Here we are.
But yeah, other than that, I've been having a great time with it. It does have its issues, but it seems like they're listening to the fans and trying to work on it. I do really hope that eventually they take out the requirement for online as well.
That should be interesting with where gaming's at today.
Yeah.
But the whole online thing is everybody should have an internet connection by now. But yeah,
well, that's the thing that really sucked about it, is that the problem they had was actually on PlayStation's end. So it wasn't anyone's fault. Well, I mean, I guess it was PlayStation's fault, but it's like, so no one in the world could play this game for like 2 days.
That's crazy.
I think it might have had something to do with the company that makes the game, Polyphony Digital. Their studio's in Japan, and I had read there was a couple days ago there was an earthquake in Japan. I don't know if that had anything to do with it. I assume that could have been the issue, but I'm not 100% sure, so don't take my word for that. In terms of other games I've been playing, I don't want to talk too long, but I've been playing a lot of I've been jumping a lot between a lot of different games. There's just so many fucking games coming out. WWE 2K22. Obviously, you guys have been seeing those videos on the channel. I've been playing a lot of that. I'm planning to do like an actual like separate like review video for it, so I'll try to keep my impressions light here. But
oh wow.
Honestly, there are a few small things that really do irk me about the game, but when it works, I think it really works well. Like I think if they use this game as a basis and build off of it and actually fix the fan complaints of the game, I think it has potential to be better than 2K19. My biggest complaints right now is I think it's really dumb that you have to lock up every single time you want to do any grapple move. It ruins the pace of the matches, in my opinion.
I was gonna say that was one thing I was not a fan of. I'm like, wow, you gotta do a lockup for everything. Like, wow.
And two, I think just the control scheme in general is fucked beyond belief, and there needs to be the ability, either an option for a simplified control scheme, or ideally the option to fully remap the control scheme however you want, because
yeah, you should be able to do that by now. I'm really pissed about that. That's the reason why I'm not getting the game, actually, because I hate the controls. I really do.
Yeah, I mean, like from an accessibility standpoint, that should be like a bare necessity feature in every game, no matter how simple or complex the control scheme is. But there's just, even Tyler and I have only recorded what, like 5 episodes of our
Something
universe
like
stuff already, and there's already been spots that we fucked up because the controls are just stupid. Like,
yep.
Technically, this is for an episode that isn't out yet. We recorded our first pay-per-view Judgment Day over on Wednesday, so I won't say who was involved in the match, but basically what I wanted to do was have Tyler go for his finisher. I would reverse it and then get up and then hit the other person's running finisher. And I tried to do that, and because to do a running finisher, you now have to hold 2 buttons and then press square or X or whatever the fuck it is. Because you have to hold R2 to run, and then finisher is L2 and X or whatever the fuck it is. And I'm just like, this is so dumb. Or no, it's the other way around. Sorry, but whatever. And I'm just like,
thing. I'm just like, wow.
And so I tried to do it twice, and twice I just ran right into him and didn't fucking hit the buttons correctly. And so then I just our characters just fucking ran into each other and like bumped off of each other twice, and that was it. I was like, fuck. Of course.
I've been seeing that a lot, actually, from a lot of people that are doing it when they have running finishers. You run into them and nothing happens.
Yeah.
They like, wow.
Yep.
They I don't know, man. It could be better than 2K19. It's probably not ever gonna get there. I really don't. Maybe 23 they could get better than 2K19, but yeah, I didn't.
That's the thing. They need to fix the controls, and they really need to figure out a better system for the grapple moves. I think, honestly, and granted, I'm not a gameplay designer, so I don't know if this would fuck things up anywhere else, but I think you could have the option to lock up then grapple. But I think what they should do, if they were going to keep the current control scheme, which I don't think they should, but whatever, if they really are intent on keeping the whole light attack, heavy attack thing, what they should do is that tapping square and X is for light and heavy strikes, and then holding square and X is for light and heavy grapples. And then if you want, you can still lock up and do a second set of light and heavy grapples. And if you want in your move set, you can customize those to be 2 separate like lists of grapples, you know what I mean? To, you know, have further variety in the move sets. But I don't know. That's just my personal opinion. I hate having to lock up to do grapples. It's so fucking annoying. But
yeah, I was gonna say, I hope they get their shit together fully. I mean, now that they have time to work on 23, they have a game built. I think this should be pretty good. I mean, was it worth waiting 2 years for 22? I highly doubt it, because it just looks like your straight cut game, the same shit, different look. But I mean, at least they came back with something that was way better than 2K20. It's just funny because they should just cancel 2K20. But the world had to witness that atrocity, and I guess that's how it's gonna go.
Yeah. Trying to think, what else have I played? I think the only other thing is which just came out. Oh, well, you mentioned it earlier, GTA 5 on PS5. I mean, don't go into it expecting anything crazy, but I will say if you have a 4K TV, the game looks so crisp and so good in any of the modes. Like you were saying, I highly prefer Performance RT. It looks so damn good. Again, not anything groundbreaking. It's not going to look like a completely different game, but it does look way sharper, way better, way smoother. And yeah, I've been having a lot of fun messing around with that. This is probably the most I've played GTA in the last 2 years at least. So I'm excited to keep grinding, and we'll talk about GTA Online a little bit with our first news story about GTA Online Plus. And then the only other thing, and this game came out yesterday, so I only got to play like an hour or two of it, if that, is Tiny Tina's Wonderlands, which is the Borderlands spinoff based around Dungeons and Dragons.
Oh, okay.
I don't know anything about Dungeons and Dragons, but I love Borderlands, so I was like, oh, cool, more Borderlands, cool. And that's essentially what it is. Yeah, it's more Borderlands. It's, again, if you like Dungeons and Dragons, you're gonna love this. There's so many references to all of that stuff. I really have no idea what's going on because I've never played Dungeons and Dragons, but I'm still having a good time. It's still fun. It's still the comedy you expect from Borderlands and all that good stuff. So I'm excited to hop in and play more.
Oh, that's cool. I was wondering what it was because my friend got it, but I'm definitely not gonna get that.
It's literally just more Borderlands. Like that's pretty much what it boils down to.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's just yeah, I'm not even into any of that stuff. My friend did get it that I game share with. I was wondering what the hell Tiny Tina was, so at least I have my confirmation on that.
Yeah, Tiny Tina is like one of the side characters in Borderlands, but she's like arguably probably the most fan favorite character from the franchise. So it makes sense to, have a whole game based around her. So
Exactly.
But with that being said, GP, let's jump in to the first news story, which is, hang on. GTA Plus is GTA Online's new monthly subscription on PS5 and Xbox Series X. This is by Ryan Gilliam over at Polygon. $5.99 a month for extra GTA Online rewards. Grand Theft Auto Online will soon have a monthly subscription service for both new and existing players, Rockstar Games announced on Friday. The service, GTA Plus, will come with a variety of benefits for the price of $5.99 a month, including exclusive rewards. Each month, subscribers will get new items and bonuses such as in-game cash, upgrades, and special discounts. GTA Plus members will also be able to buy even better shark cards to get more bang for their buck on microtransaction purchases. GTA Plus is exclusive to GTA Online players on PS5 and Xbox Series X and S, where the game launched earlier this month alongside Grand Theft Auto 5. Here's Rockstar's full list of GTA Plus benefits for its first month from March 29th to April 27th. GTA $500,000 delivered automatically to your account. The Principe de Vesta 8, along with a complimentary House Special Works upgrade for it before it's made available to purchase by the public. Plus the House Special Work Orange Trip and House Special Work Glitch liveries. The Auto Shop, located in La Mesa, introduces an assortment of gameplay updates from Los Santos tuners. Current Auto Shop owners can relocate to La Mesa at no additional cost. Waived LS Car Meet membership fee. Current LS Car Meet members with GTA Plus will be reimbursed the GTA $50,000 during the event period. Yacht owners can upgrade to the Aquaria Super Yacht for free. The Gousset Frog Tee and Broker Prolapse basketball top and shorts automatically added to your wardrobe. The Conveyor livery for the Mammoth Avenger, Heavy APC, and TM02 Conjali. A selection of free paint and emblems for the Auto Shop. 3 times GTA money and rep on House Special Work races. And 2 times Car Meet rep on the Street Race series. Subscribers will need to claim these rewards from the various vendors each month or risk losing them. Every month, Rockstar will reveal a new list of items coming to GTA Plus, similar to the one above. Note that GTA Plus is a recurring subscription, so once you sign up, you'll be billed the $5.99 monthly cost automatically until you cancel, which Rockstar says you can do at any time. While Rockstar focused almost entirely on the new GTA Plus service in its announcement on Friday, the publisher also assured players that the online membership is an addition to GTA Online's usual events, which will remain accessible to all players. So, JP, what are your thoughts on GTA Plus?
Well, I was really thinking about getting it, but then I realized that unless you're like a how guy and you're like hand jobbing them, that you're practically not getting anything out of this. I mean, it's all about how. Like, I don't do the meets, I don't do house shop, I don't do all that crap. So for me, I'd just be paying $5 a month to get $500,000, and I could easily do that in missions. I don't really see much of a point in it unless you have like the in with how. I mean, it really is based around the street racing thing and the meets and all that good stuff. I mean, yeah, sure, you get basketball shorts. So whoop-de-doo. I mean, that's not that's not really I don't know.
I literally change my outfit in GTA Online like once every 4 years.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, for me, I think the question of whether it's worth the money or not will depend on what the list of benefits is each month. So yeah, this month it seems like they really are focused around all of like the house special work stuff, which makes sense because I would say that's pretty much the biggest, at least content wise, that is the biggest and probably only selling point of the next gen versions, is because that house special work stuff is exclusive to the next gen versions. So it makes sense that, you know, this month they're kind of focusing a lot on that stuff. Whether they will continue to do that next month, I don't know, but we'll see. I wonder if you already own the La Mesa Auto Shop, if you'll get reimbursed for it, because I think that's the one that I already own. So I'd be interested to see how that works. That might influence my decision a little bit on if I'm going to buy it this month, because if I get my like 1 point some million back, it might be worth it. But other than that, yeah, it's 500,000. The triple money and rep might be intriguing a little bit for those races, because some of those races are pretty fun. And I mean, I would have to wait and see, like, for people to do testing, but I know that free car that they're offering this month, the base version of it, like, fully upgraded before the house special work thing, it was pretty much widely considered like the best overall supercar for racing. So I wonder if it's going, I assume it's going to probably keep that title with this, you know, house special work upgrade. So if you're into racing, that would probably be a pretty decent pickup if you're really into like min-maxing the best possible race car. But like I said, for me, it's really just going to depend on what the benefits are for the month, because to me, the only thing that sticks out that I'm interested in, like I was saying, is that car. Obviously, the 500,000 is whatever. If I were to get reimbursed for already owning that auto shop, that would be a decent chunk of change back in my pocket. And potentially the triple money and RP for the how races might be worth it. I don't really know, but
I was gonna say, yeah, I like racing, but not how racing. So I just do your normal racing that you can't use those cars in. At least I don't think you can, or you can borrow them. But
I'm not sure how that works.
yeah, I was gonna say. So yeah, I'm into the normal racing. I don't need how races, and I never really was into the whole how thing. Like street racing is cool, but like it's just another investment that they want you to throw money into. And now in this case, apparently they want to charge you $5 to have extra stuff for that thing you put money to. And I don't know. I would like to see them reimburse you, but something tells me they're not going to even do that. But that is Rockstar, so I don't know. We'll have to see what they do. That would be nice if they reimburse people that bought that already, but you know.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to, like I said, I don't want to talk in circles, but I think it's really going to depend. it's going to be different for each person depending on what you do in GTA Online and what you're looking for in GTA Online. But the one thing that about this whole thing that really sits or I can't think of what I'm trying to say. The one thing that really does piss me off with this whole thing, though, is the whole people who are subscribed to this can buy better shark cards. It's like, fuck off. I've already bought this game 4 fucking times. Well, actually, I think I've bought it 5 times, technically.
GTA 5.
For various prices each time. But I've already bought this game how many times? And now they want to charge me $6 a month to get these benefits. And then on top of me paying them $72 a year, they want to try to also be like, hey, remember shark cards? They're better now. And like, I honestly wouldn't be surprised if when they say better shark cards, I think we'll have to wait and see. This thing comes out March 29th. But I'm curious because I could honestly see Rockstar doing something really fucking very Rockstar where like instead of it, I could see them doing something where it just like being subscribed to this just unlocks like even more expensive shark cards instead of just making the existing ones better. You know what I mean? Like I wouldn't be surprised if being subscribed to this service means you could buy like a $150 shark card instead of just a $100 one. You know what I mean? Like I don't think it's actually, I mean, I could be wrong, but I don't think it's actually going to improve the ones that are already there. At least that's how I read it, but this is just what I expect from Rockstar at this point.
Yeah, God only knows what they're going to do. There's definitely going to be money wrapped in, though. Of course.
But yeah, so that part definitely pisses me off, but we'll have to wait and see when the GTA Online Plus subscription goes live on March 29th. Next, we're going to talk a little bit more about PlayStation's Spartacus Game Pass competitor. Sony reportedly plans to announce its Game Pass competitor next week. This is by Mitchell Clark over at The Verge. It says Spartacus is coming. Sony will reportedly announce its answer to Xbox Game Pass, a service that's currently known as Spartacus, as early as next week, according to Bloomberg. Previous reports said that Spartacus could be a combination of Sony's 2 current subscription services, PlayStation Plus and PlayStation Now. Bloomberg says that the service will launch featuring popular recent games, but it may not include the upcoming tentpole game, God of War Ragnarok. The service is expected to have 3 different tiers, which will offer different games at different price points. One tier is expected to be very similar to the current PlayStation Plus offering, with subsequent tiers would add PS4 and PS5 games though the latter are expected to come, quote, in the future, as well as, quote, access to extended demos and the ability to stream games over the internet, end quote, according to Bloomberg. Previous reports also said that the highest tier could include a library of classic games from systems like the PS2 and PSP.
Oh, yeah.
Sony currently has 2 subscription services, PlayStation Plus, which grants access to multiplayer gaming, some discounts, and a few free games a month, and PlayStation Now, which lets you play a back catalog of select PS4, PS3, and PS2 games, either via cloud gaming or a download, which options are available depends on the specific title. These services, at least in my opinion, don't hold a candle to Xbox Game Pass, which lets you play major Xbox and PC games the day they launch, mostly ones published by Microsoft, along with a catalog of third-party titles. With Spartacus, though, Sony seems to be looking to give PlayStation users a service they can really be excited about, though reports do make it seem like it'll lean more on the massive back catalog of PlayStation rather than today's new hits. It's also not clear how much it'll cost. Currently, PlayStation Now and PlayStation Plus are both $60 a year when you buy an annual subscription, or $120 combined. That's about the same price as the standard Game Pass subscription, and a bit less than Game Pass Ultimate, so Sony does have some wiggle room when it comes to pricing. There's also the issue of migration. You can buy multiple months or even years of PlayStation Plus. If the service is replaced, how will Sony deal with switching over users who aren't doing a month-to-month subscription? It does sound like Spartacus will have a reasonably equivalent tier, but there could always be changes in price that will have to be factored in. From the sounds of things, we might not have to wait long to find out the answers to all of the questions we have about Sony's new service. So, not much in that article we didn't already know, just that Bloomberg is saying that it could be revealed as early as next week, which lines up with some of the earliest leaks we have of this, which said it would be revealed in March. So, I mean, we're getting close to the end of March. This announcement might slip into April, but
I'm excited. It's probably going to kick off in April, but be announced before April starts. Something tells me that might be maybe the point they'll pick off with it. Personally, I'm probably going to get the highest tier. I mean, if I already bought PlayStation Plus for the year, though, I don't know what they're going to do there.
they might just automatically, like,
Just assume that the system will detect it. I'm assuming.
I think once they might be coming in too hot to start it in April. It might like fully integrate at the start of May. But what they might do is, I assume, probably just like, so for instance, my PlayStation Plus always expires on December 31st. So it'll probably just take your remaining PlayStation Plus membership and turn it into the bottom tier. If you have both PlayStation Plus and PlayStation Now for the rest of the year, I have no idea how they're gonna do that. You might just automatically get put into the highest tier. I don't know.
Yeah,
I guess we'll find out, but those are good questions.
Yeah, because mine's set for Halloween and January. So I'm thinking they're just gonna carry it over. I can't imagine why they wouldn't do that. It'd be kind of stupid if you're already bought into it. I mean, unless they're just gonna give everybody a bunch. Just be like, hey, you guys get 6 months of PlayStation Network for free when you sign up for this tier. I don't fucking know what they're gonna do.
Well, if I remember correctly, and they might still do it now, I'm not 100% sure, but I know when they first started doing Xbox Game Pass Ultimate, there was a method that you could use to upgrade your remaining Xbox Live Gold membership to Game Pass. And you just had to pay like however many months you had remaining on your Gold membership, you just paid like a couple dollars per month. And then they totaled up how many months you had left over. So like, let's say it was like $3 a month and you had 12 months left. It would just be like, okay, you pay $36 now, and then you have Game Pass Ultimate for the next 12 months or whatever. So they might do something like that to like give people the option to upgrade the rest of their PlayStation Plus membership to the highest tier for a couple bucks per month or whatever. So that would be nice if they did something like that too, but yeah, I'm excited as well. The thing that I am hoping for the most, and I really don't know if we'll get it, is the ability to download PS3 games, because even with my internet, the streaming is still not perfect. So I would really love the option to download the PS3 games, because that would definitely make me much more likely to play them, because as it stands now, there's a ton of PS3 games I want to play on now, but I just don't want to worry about streaming them. So
yeah, it should be interesting. I'm excited to see what they have going. I'm definitely ready to invest in the top tier package personally. I just want to see what the hell they're all about. But I mean, yeah, because I have PlayStation Plus and I have PlayStation Now, and with the network, I don't know how the hell they're gonna do that. I'm assuming you should get some perks if you already have those pre-qualifications.
yeah. But speaking of PlayStation, JP, we have 2, potentially 3 news stories. Two of them might catalyze some information off of each other. So I don't know. Let's just see where it goes. But we got 2, maybe 3 news stories about Gran Turismo 7. So we'll start off with this one. This is by Michael McWhorter over at Polygon. Gran Turismo 7 offline for more than 24 hours shows its always online problem. Now, I was talking about this at the beginning of the show. PlayStation owners who wanted to play Gran Turismo 7 over the past day or so found themselves with little to do in the game, as the developer of the driving sim, Polyphony Digital, performed extended and unexpected maintenance. Players who dropped $69.99 or more on the game were understandably upset, both at the lack of communication from Sony and Polyphony, and how the always online nature of some Gran Turismo 7 modes locked them out of the experience. On Friday morning, Polyphony brought Gran Turismo 7 back online and rolled out a new update, version 1.08, and did its best to explain what happened. Kazunori Yamauchi, CEO of Polyphony Digital and producer of the Gran Turismo games, apologized to fans and said that the more than 24-hour downtime was related to a bug that prevented GT7 from starting on some PlayStation consoles. Quote, immediately before the release of the 1.07 patch, we discovered an issue where the game would not start properly in some cases on product versions for the PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 5, end quote, Yamauchi wrote on the Gran Turismo website. Quote, this was a rare issue that was not seen during testing on the development hardware or the QA session prior to the release. But in order to prioritize the safety of the save data of the users, we decided to interrupt the release of the 1.07 update and make 1.08 and to make a 1.08 correctional update, end quote. Gran Turismo 7 is now back online and playable, but the extended downtime for the game led to fans seeking refunds, a thrashing of the game's Metacritic user score, and invitations from the competition, specifically Grid Legends developer Codemasters, to take a shot at Gran Turismo. The Grid Legends Twitter account tweeted, hashtag Grid Legends is a video game with cars in it that you can play right now, which they tweeted while GT7 was down for maintenance. Gran Turismo 7's downtime was extra fuel for another fire burning within fans, a change to how many credits players can earn in some races. Fewer credits, of course, means more grinding to buy GT7's most expensive cars. A recent change to the game's economy, detailed by GT Planet, has cut credit payouts in some lucrative races by more than half. While fans on Reddit are expressing their annoyance, so too are pro Gran Turismo racers. Racer and YouTuber Steve Alvarez Brown, aka Super GT, blasted the change to credit payouts on Twitter, saying, quote, as a matter of principle, I will never do a single microtransaction ever on GT7, Brown said. Quote, the game has definitely got to a point where it's unreasonably time-consuming for the average player to gain credits. Even if you completely disregard microtransactions, the bottom line is that it takes stupid amounts of time to gain credits in this game, end quote. On the Gran Turismo website, Yamauchi attempted to explain the change to the credit payouts and the in-game car pricing, saying that he hopes players will, quote, watch over the growth of Gran Turismo 7 from a somewhat longer-term point of view. So,
well, that's interesting.
Very interesting. And then people were still not happy with that. So they came out a couple days later, and this is another article by Polygon. If it'll load, this one is by Ollie Welsh. Gran Turismo 7 players awarded 1 million free credits after backlash over downtime and grind. Polyphony Digital has responded to strong criticism from the Gran Turismo 7 community since the last week's downtime and controversial update by awarding all players 1 million free in-game credits. In a post on the PlayStation blog, Polyphony president and game director Kazunori Yamauchi also laid out plans for a robust series of updates starting at the beginning of April aimed at addressing issues with the game's economy that are at the heart of player complaints. Changes will include doubling the payout for late-game races, adding new high-reward events to the game, and making it possible for players to sell cars in their collection. Last week, Gran Turismo 7 servers remained offline for more than a day after the deployment of patch 1.07 and necessitated an all-new patch numbered 1.08 to fix it. GT7 has an always-online requirement that left most of its game unplayable during this time. Yamauchi said the gift of credits to all players was a, quote, goodwill gesture to apologize not just for the downtime but for players' anger at the content of the patch, which nerfed credit rewards for certain races that players had been using to grind cash in the game. Quote, I would like to apologize for the frustration and confusion caused last week with our patch updates, which resulted in not only a server outage but also adjustments to the in-game economy, which were made without a clear explanation to our community. Yamauchi said, quote, we know that this is not the Gran Turismo experience you expect, end quote. In order to receive the 1 million credit gift, you must have bought a copy of GT7 prior to March 25th, and you must log in before April 25th. The move to decrease race rewards was controversial because GT7 had a combination of relatively meager race rewards, extremely expensive in-game legend cars, and microtransactions selling credit packs at a high price. Reducing the payout of specifically those races players had found to be the most effective way to grind credits in the game was seen as an attempt to push them towards spending money in the store. Yamauchi said that the patch was simply an attempt to fix, quote, inconsistent reward payouts, but has now acknowledged the need to rebalance the game economy as a whole to make it faster and more fun to earn credits. Quote, to reestablish the intended equilibrium and provide more accurate rewards based on time investment and completion, it was necessary to recalculate the system as a whole, he said. In a first patch to be released in the beginning of April, rewards for events in the latter half of the World Circuit campaign will be, on average, doubled. Rewards will be increased for online races and completion of circuit experience challenges. New high-reward 1-hour endurance races will be added to the missions, and the upper limit of non-paid credit players can hold in their wallets will be increased from 20 million to 100 million credits. Finally, to address frustration over the scarcity of some vehicles, more cars will be available to buy from the rotating lineups of the used and Legends car dealerships at any one time. Before the end of April, further patches will add new cars and course layouts and make further fixes. Yamauchi also offered a view of what further, quote, near-term updates to Gran Turismo 7 will bring, including the much-requested ability to bolster your in-game income by selling cars from your garage. The World Circuit campaign will be extended with new events. 24-hour endurance races will come to missions, and online time trials will be introduced that will reward players based on how close they can get to a top-ranked time. Quote, we want to thank you for your continued patience and valuable feedback as we grow and evolve GT7 to make it as enjoyable and rewarding for as many players as possible, Yamauchi said. We always want to keep communication lines open with our community so that we can work together to build the best racing experience possible. So that was a lot, but
That was definitely a lot of stuff.
GP, I know you're not necessarily interested in Gran Turismo 7, but from the sounds of it, what do you think of these updates that are coming to Gran Turismo 7?
Well, at least they're trying to make things right. At least they're trying to make it right. I don't know if it's going to be factually right in the end or not, because I don't really know or even care about the series. But hopefully it definitely goes in the right direction for people that are struggling with this. And well, this is a lot of issues that have been basically thrown on them. So hopefully everything kind of turns out okay. I mean, this game just came out, right?
It came out March 4th, I want to say. So about less than a month.
Yeah, so I think they definitely have a lot of work to do just to try to get everybody back on the same page.
Yeah.
I don't really know what else it's like, because it's just to me it's like Braille, because I don't even play Gran Turismo. But for the amount of cars they have in the game, yeah, they should definitely do something about that.
Definitely. So from personal experience, I think all of these all these changes sound great. I'm excited about, more campaign events. I'm excited about new track layouts, all that stuff. The endurance races sounds like fun. I really loved those in GT Sport, so I'm glad they're adding some more of them. What else? But yeah, honestly, like for me, the number one problem that they need to address and fix is the always online stuff. Like they need to get rid of that. And I think the reason that they do it is because they don't want people trying to like hack and give themselves like max credits, because I know that's what people used to do on all the old GT games, and now that they have microtransactions for it, they don't want people to hack in and give themselves unlimited money to be able to buy everything. But I say, who gives a fuck, honestly? Like, I don't think there's, especially with the prices of the microtransactions, I'm sure there are some people, but I don't think there's very many people who would be dumb enough to spend $20 to get 2 million credits. Like, that's an absurd fucking thing. Like, the most expensive cars in the game are going to cost you 200 in real life dollars. Like, that's, I know there's a lot of dumb people in the world, but I don't think there's that very many people that are that dumb. But I don't know. Like I said, obviously upping the rewards, upping the credit payout for stuff, for the higher end missions and stuff, is really going to help, ease some of these issues. But I think for me, still the biggest issue is this always online bullshit, and I think they need to get rid of it. But we'll see if that happens eventually down the line. All right, this one should be a pretty quick one. This one's just a meme, JP. So furry Sonic the Hedgehog Xbox controllers alert. This is by Matt Patches over at Polygon. The limited run is part of a Sonic themed sweepstakes. Sonic did not triumph in the quote console wars, but as we recently charted in Polygon's first ever Who Would Win week, the longtime Sega mascot was no loser either. Truly, in the year 2022, Sonic is a genuine movie star, gearing up for his big sequel this April. And for that reason, Xbox is honoring the Blue Hedgehog in a way that puts the chaos in Chaos Emeralds. On a blog published Tuesday morning, Microsoft unveiled a custom Xbox Series S and pair of Xbox controllers inspired by Sonic and the villain of Sonic 2, Knuckles. The Xbox Series S console features a golden portal ring shining on its surface alongside an embossed Sonic the Hedgehog 2 logo, while the controllers are covered in a fur emulating shag carpet. To quote Sean Combs and Get Him to the Greek, stroke the furry controllers. The Sonic console and controllers won't be generally available to the public, but given away as part of an Enter to Win sweepstakes. To enter, people who need a blue furry Xbox controller in their life must go to the Xbox Twitter page and retweet a promotional post with the hashtag Xbox Sonic 2 sweepstakes or cash in Microsoft rewards points on a raffle ticket. Participants must live in a legal residence in the territory that supports Xbox Live. Submissions for the sweepstake ends at 11 p.m. Eastern on Wednesday, April 30th. So JP, I don't know if you've seen pictures of this, but it is probably one of the most cursed things I've seen in my entire life.
I have not.
Okay, well, I am going to send you pictures of the controllers right now, because if I had to see it, then you have to see it. And it's literally just fucking controllers covered in red and fucking blue fur, and it is yeah,
That's pretty fucking pointless, really. Kind of like the 70s came back for one last hurrah, and they're like, yeah, we need felt controllers. It's like, nah, I don't think we need that.
There is no reason in hell that anyone should ever play with those controllers. If you win this sweepstakes, there's no reason you should ever play with those controllers.
Yeah, they just look horrible. They make my hands sweat just looking at them.
Yeah.
Personally.
Could you imagine all the like sweat and grime those that like fucking carpet is gonna pick up on those controllers?
Can you imagine? Man.
But that one was just a little meme story that I thought was fucking hilarious. We're gonna keep moving through some quicker stories here. Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League delayed to 2023. Rocksteady confirms earlier reports. This is by Owen S. Good over at Polygon. Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League is delayed to spring 2023. Rocksteady Studios said on Wednesday, confirming an earlier report that said the DC comic superhero adventure wouldn't make its launch target this year. Quote, I know a delay is frustrating, but that time is going into making the best game we can, end quote. Sefton Hill, the game's director, said on Twitter. Quote, I look forward to bringing the Chaos to Metropolis together. Thanks for your patience, end quote. The game, starring Harley Quinn, Deadshot, Captain Boomerang, and King Shark, was first announced during DC Fandom in August 2020 and was given a 2022 launch window at the same time. It will launch on PS5, Windows PC, and Series X and S. Bloomberg reported back in February that the game would be delayed following other major projects from Warner Brothers. Games that missed launch dates or windows because of the pandemic and other development challenges. So, that was another quick one. Just, yeah, I don't know. I know people are really excited for this because it's being made by the people that made the Batman Arkham games, and I believe they said it takes place in the same universe as the Batman Arkham games, so...
Should be interesting without
wait, maybe I'm wrong on that. Maybe I'm thinking of a different game. I don't know. But it's made by the same people at the very least. I know that for a fact. Another interesting factoid about this game, JP. In Suicide Squad Kills the Justice League, the person who is voice acting the character of King Shark is none other than formerly WWE's own Samoa Joe, which is fucking crazy to me.
What? Samoa Joe is in this.
Yeah, Samoa Joe is voice acting as King Shark, so that'll be interesting.
I still can't believe all these WWE releases, and it's interesting because it created probably the worst WrestleMania card I've ever seen in my life. because there's just no superstars to fill the void. You got Pat McAfee wrestling, Logan Paul, Johnny Knoxville. I love Jackass, but that makes no sense at WrestleMania at all. I don't know, man. Yeah, this whole WrestleMania card is just a pile of shit. Besides Edge and AJ Styles, and I'm gonna throw it out there, and the wild card that we have Seth Rollins and Cody Rhodes at WrestleMania. That's not even confirmed. So I'm not even gonna count it as such, but seems like we're gonna get that. It's just at least those two matches will like be the spirit of WrestleMania, and then there's all the other crap that comes with it. But yeah, we'll see what happens. You know, it would have been cool. Joe. It would have been cool to see him at WrestleMania, but he got released.
Yeah.
Along with like 50% of their fucking roster. So yeah.
All right. One more quick one for you. Well, actually, there's probably a couple more quick ones, but this one I find interesting. The next Witcher game is in development at CD Projekt Red. This is by Samit Sakar over at Polygon. I apologize if I butchered your name. CD Projekt Red is switching to Unreal Engine 5. The next entry in The Witcher, the role-playing game franchise adapted from the eponymous series of fantasy novels and short stories by, oh boy, I can't pronounce this name, Andrei Sapkowski? I probably butchered that. I apologize. Is currently in development at CD Projekt Red, the studio announced Monday. CD Projekt Red did not provide any information on platforms or release window, but did release a teaser image for the game that may eventually be known as The Witcher 4. A Witcher medallion with glowing red eyes, partially covered by a field of snow, and the tagline, "A new saga begins." In addition, CD Projekt Red said that instead of its in-house Red engine, the studio is switching to Unreal Engine 5 for the follow-up to 2015's The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt. The move comes as part of a, quote, multi-year strategic partnership with Epic Games, the maker of Unreal Engine, CD Projekt Red said in the news release. This does not mean that the publisher, CD Projekt Red, will sell the next Witcher game exclusively on the Epic Games Store. The company is, quote, not planning on making the game exclusive to one storefront, end quote, it said in a Twitter reply. Instead, CD Projekt Red's partnership with Epic Games covers not only licensing, but technical development of Unreal Engine 5, as well as potential future versions of Unreal Engine where relevant, end quote. According to the news release, in addition, developers from the Polish studio will work with Epic Games to, quote, help tailor the engine for open-world experiences, end quote. And then it just kind of goes on to explain more of the partnership of CD Projekt Red, and then it talks about all of the bullshit that happened with Cyberpunk 2077, which is kind of where I want to pick up this conversation for a second, JP. From what I've seen, granted, maybe I'm just not looking in the right places, but it seems like a lot of people are being extremely hyped about this, and to those people, I say, did you forget about Cyberpunk 2077 already?
Mm-hmm. Yep. I'm not even into any of that stuff. And as soon as he said Project Red, I'm like, did you guys forget? That explains a lot of people anymore with their intelligence. They can get screwed over 1 minute and 5 minutes later be like, what? It's pretty sad with, I guess, attention span in this case, because if you got duped once, you're probably going to get duped again, unless they clearly prove that it's just a fluke, which, it could be a fluke. It really could. Wait, is Cyberpunk 2077 is what the next gen version was that out yet, or did it get announced?
Yes, it's out. It's out.
The next gen version's out?
Yeah.
Oh shit, I'll have to check that out. Well, hopefully throughout all this, they learned that they can't really fool people. And
I played the next gen version, and granted, I only played for maybe like 6-ish hours, but I only encountered one glitch, and it was, I don't remember exactly what it was, but it was fixed by just respawning at the checkpoint. But other than that, I mean, performs well. And granted, again, it's the PS5 version. I'm sure the PS4 version still performs like shit. At least in terms of like frame rate and stuff. But yeah. But I mean, it took them 2 years to get the game to that state after it was released. So Or wait. Well, like a year, like 14 months or so, but still. So yeah, like it's interesting to see people be so blindly hyped, I will say, about this game when the whole cyberpunk thing just happened. So
Yeah, that's why I'm a little skeptical in general about anything involved.
especially because the other thing, sorry to cut you off, JP, is that they're also developing this game on a new engine that they're unfamiliar with. So those two things combined do not sound convincing to me, but we'll have to wait and see, I guess.
Yeah, I do really wonder just what the factors involved here. I just I like to hope it works out, but I don't know. Just after the whole cyberpunk thing.
Yeah.
I'm glad the next gen version's out. I'm glad that at least they're trying to like do something, but I don't know, man. There's a lot of factors here that are just a little, I don't know, just a little sus in today's generation, as people.
I will say this is definitely a little sus.
It's a little sus. Little sus, no doubts about that. But I'm glad they're trying something.
But JP, speaking
So
speaking of things that are a little sus, we've got some updates on Activision Blizzard bullshit. New
all right, lay it on me.
New suit against Activision Blizzard alleges rampant sexism and retaliation. The lawsuit follows the
Whoa, that's crazy. All right.
The lawsuit follows the plaintiff's press statement last December. This is by Toussaint Agon at Polygon. I apologize if I butchered your name. Activision Blizzard and five named Blizzard Entertainment employees are the target of a new lawsuit filed on behalf of an employee of the company who alleged the experienced sexual harassment and discrimination and were retaliated against, Bloomberg Law reported Wednesday. The employee in question, referred to as Jane Doe by attorney Lisa Bloom, first came forward last December to publicly speak out against what they alleged as the company's, quote, alcohol-soaked culture of sexual harassment and, quote, frat boy culture detrimental to women, end quote. According to the complaint filed in Los Angeles County Superior Court, Doe's experience with sexual harassment in Activision Blizzard dates as far back as 2017, when they began working as a senior administrative assistant to the executives in the company's IT department. The complaint alleges that Doe was subjected to multiple sexual advances by her supervisors, including unwanted touching and kissing, probing questions about her personal life, including an invitation for casual group sex, and retaliation for complaining in writing to Blizzard's then president, J. Allen Brack, about the sexual harassment that she had experienced. Doe applied for an open executive assistant position in November 2021, but after speaking at the press conference in December, says that their application was rejected. Quote, for years, Activision Blizzard's open frat boy environment fosters rampant sexism, harassment, and discrimination, with 700 reported incidents occurring under CEO Bobby Kotick's watch, the lawsuit says. The lawsuit seeks damages and orders requiring Activision Blizzard to waive arbitration of sexual harassment and gender discrimination claims, to implement a rotating human resources department to prevent conflicts of interest, to retain an outside, quote, truly neutral investigation firm or agency, and to implement an anti-retaliation policy, among other orders. Wednesday's lawsuit is the latest in a series of legal actions against Activision Blizzard dating back to the summer, when California Department of Fair Employment and Housing sued the company for fostering workplace culture of gender-based discrimination and constant sexual harassment against female employees. So, JP, are we surprised that there is still stuff coming out about Activision Blizzard?
I'm not surprised. Not surprised in the slightest. As you're reading that, and they're like, yep. They're like, all this happened under Bobby Kotick. I'm like, yes, but he's going to save the company.
700 sexual harassment cases reported under this man. 700.
But don't you worry. He's going to save the company.
I think he's the one destroying the company, to be honest with you.
Yeah, he's the one absolutely destroying it at this point. It's pretty obvious. What happens now? I don't even fucking know. It's just it's just unfortunate that people had to suffer this far for something to remotely get done. And clearly, I don't think. I think once Microsoft acquires it, I think they're just going to fire him. Uh, that's just my opinion on things. I'm hoping that they do that. That would be nice.
I think it's been all but confirmed that that's what's going to happen. But the thing that sucks is that he's still going to make a fuck ton of money on his way out. So,
Yep. Yeah, that's the thing. Yeah, I mean, he has definitely a lot of money. So, I mean, it's kind of whatever for him at this point, I'm sure. But yeah, what he did, yeah, I don't really know how that's going to go over in the future. I really don't, just with everything going on in today's world and equality and, Me Too. And there's just so many things going on that involve that topic that he's never going to escape, no matter how much money he has. So yeah, it's gonna be just quite fucking interesting, man, to say the least. I don't know what the guy's gonna do. I mean, I mean, honestly, if he died, I wouldn't lose any sleep. Not gonna wish him I'm not gonna wish him a violent death or something. If he just went to bed and never woke up. I think just the way this would all go down is people would look at it as a win because the man that let this all happen is gone. I don't think there's going to be any jurisdiction that can make it better. I don't think there's any sentence that can make it better. He's just him existing seems to be the problem. And yeah, once he's probably gone from the world, I'm sure everything will fully take effect because he won't be here anymore. But for what he did, it's basically easier said than done. But I would like Microsoft just to kick him the fuck out and say, just fuck you. That's it. Get out.
yeah.
Never come back. And that's it. I'm assuming that will happen if and when they get it in June 23.
I really hope that on the day that the acquisition goes through and fucking Bobby Kotick is packing his shit up and fucking leaving, I hope the entire Activision Blizzard campus is just there going, nah, 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 hey, 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 goodbye.
I think it'd be absolutely amazing if if someone from Xbox or whoever just went on the stage and was like, and with the acquisition of Microsoft, we now relieve Bobby Kotick of his duties. I think that would be something, they could probably talk trash and be like, now that
that would be like the most hyped E3 announcement of all time if they were like, we fucking fired Bobby Kotick.
They would just come on stage and be like, I'm sure you all know that we have acquired Activision Blizzard. There's many things that we want to announce formally on the stage right now that will take effect. And they could be like, first off, Bobby Kotick has now been relieved of his duties. And then
that would probably get like one of the biggest pops in E3 history.
like Bobby Kotick has been relieved of his duties. They'd be like, oh my God. And they'd be like, and he's cut from getting any kind of partial funding from this company going forward. Nah, it would really just, that would turn into like one of the greatest examples of a movement. That would easily be one hell of a move. If I was with Microsoft and the person planned that, I would easily come on stage and just be like, yep, probably guys wondering Bobby Kotick is no longer with us, which should easily make this company a better place. It's like, oh shit. I don't know what to see. Like, I think they really should say something about him being relieved of his duties, just to throw it out there, because that really would be the whole wow, it's over.
That would be, I think they have no choice but to, because that would be such a good PR move for them right off the bat. So I'm hoping that's Phil Spencer's first course of action with Activision.
He'd be like, yeah, he's like, I've been hearing a lot of people talk about Bobby Kotick, but you don't got to worry about him anymore. It's like, oh damn. Yeah, I'd be very keen on that announcement, especially if they were like, Bobby Kodak's been removed of his duties and he'll no longer hurt other people in this company. And it would be like, oh shit. So Microsoft is basically sitting on a PR gold mine. I mean, they could change the course of fucking history right then and there. I mean, as soon as Bobby Kodak's gone, I mean, let's be real. It's definitely gonna become that whole thing. So
Definitely. But GP, I just got two more pretty quick news stories, and then we'll be on our way. First one, PlayStation acquires Jade Raymond's Haven Studios. This is by Michael McWhorter over at Polygon. Haven's new IP is described as a AAA multiplayer experience. PlayStation Studios is expanding yet again. Sony announced Monday that it has reached an agreement to acquire Haven Studios, the new development team led by Jade Raymond, formerly the head of Ubisoft Toronto, EA Motive, and Google's shuttered Stadia Games and Entertainment. The Montreal-based studio is developing a new property for PlayStation described as a, quote, AAA multiplayer experience, end quote. Haven Studios was officially announced last year through the PlayStation blog. Herman Holst, head of PlayStation Studios, said Sony began working with Raymond and the team early last year. Quote, from their first pitch, we were inspired by Haven's vision for creating a modern multiplayer experience that brings gamers together in a positive and meaningful way, end quote. Holst said in a post on the PlayStation blog, quote, we were confident in their creative and technical expertise to deliver on such an ambitious project and were thrilled to invest in their journey developing a new original IP for PlayStation. A news release from Sony says that Haven has, quote, over 60 employees and is growing. It's the 18th studio to join PlayStation Studios alongside the recently acquired Bungie, Bluepoint Games, Housemarque, Firesprite, and Nixxes Software. In February, Sony said it plans to launch and support more than 10 live service games by 2026, a suite of multiplayer experiences that would now almost assuredly include Haven's unannounced title.
oh shit.
So, unsurprisingly, I think more acquisitions happening in the gaming world. I think we're going to keep seeing more and more announcements of acquisitions like this. And yeah, I mean, I'm excited to see what this turns out to be. I know Jade Raymond is not that I think that it's going to have anything really to do with what this multiplayer game ends up being, but I know she's like one of, if not the person credited with like basically creating Assassin's Creed. So definitely a studio with a lot of pedigree, that's for sure. So we'll see where that one ends up. And then the last one for you, this one's should be another quick one. Call of Duty Season 2 Reloaded sends Snoop Dogg to World War II. Warzone and Vanguard Season 2 Reloaded patch is almost here. This is by Austin Goslin over at Polygon. Call of Duty Vanguard and Warzone Season 2 is getting a massive update with the new Reloaded patch later this week. The mid-season update will add a reworked version of Rebirth Island to Warzone, new maps and modes to Vanguard, and Snoop Dogg to everything, Activision announced on Monday. The latest patch is giving Rebirth Island its biggest update since its initial release. There are several new points of interest, including new shipping docks, as well as revamped areas like the Stronghold, which have gotten some significant changes. Warzone will also bring in the Rebirth Resurgent solo mode to the map, which lets solo players compete in a survival deathmatch where they can earn respawns. Call of Duty Vanguard is getting a new mode called Arms Race and a new map called Alps for it to be played on. Arms Race is a 12v12 game mode that tasks players with taking control of bases of operation and holding them from their enemies. To help teams capture those bases will also include buy stations similar to those in Champion Hill where they can purchase new items and upgrades. Both games are also getting Snoop Dogg as a new cosmetic bundle in the store in case you wanted to run around as the iconic rapper. Along with Snoop, the patch is also adding the Armaguerra 43 submachine gun to both games, which can be unlocked for free using challenges or by getting the bundle in store. Call of Duty Season 2 Reloaded will arrive on Vanguard on March 22nd, so by the time we're recording, this has already been out for a couple days. And it doesn't say when Snoop is going to be in the game, because I don't think he's there right now.
He's not there right now because I just looked at the store. I think he's coming literally probably in the next week or something.
Let me just look at Charlie Intel, because I'm sure they have it. Let's see. Let us see. When is the dog? The D-O-double-G. coming to Call of Duty Vanguard. It would be really nice if I could find it, but I can't seem to find it, which is really crazy. Apparently, Charlie Intel be posting a lot. If you're into Call of Duty, definitely check them out because they are constantly posting the stuff that you need to know about Call of Duty. They post a lot. Snoop Dogg is coming to Call of Duty, available in Call of Duty Mobile on April 1st, and Call of Duty Warzone and Vanguard starting April 19th. So you're going to have to wait a couple weeks for Snoop Dogg in Vanguard. Only a couple days if you play Call of Duty Mobile, but a couple weeks if you play Vanguard and Warzone. So
that's what I don't understand. Call of Duty Mobile, like what? I understand how he's in there first. I mean, it's low poly, so maybe that's why. I mean, not that I really give a damn that he's even in the game. I think it's cool he's in the game. Don't get me wrong. It's just
I think
pulling out all the stops for Vanguard without a doubt, and they have to.
Yeah, I don't know the logic behind adding him to mobile first. I think adding him on April 19th to Warzone, they should have done 420, to be honest with you.
420,
but
that was my other question. I'm like, well, why would you add him on 4? Well, wait, is 419 a Tuesday? Because I thought, because that's probably why. Yeah, or else they probably would have put him on 420. I already know they have green gas on Rebirth Island, so
no 419 is a Tuesday. They should have done 420. Fuck it.
Really should have.
Well, they have. Oh, Jesus Christ! I just accidentally smashed my knee off my desk. They have bundles like I'm pretty sure usually a new one goes live almost every day, so they could have made it go live on 420. Missed opportunity. But
I don't know if I don't know if they legally can do that though, because that's kind of embracing marijuana and it's not legal in the United States fully yet. I don't know if that has, because
I'm sure Snoop literally doesn't care.
Yeah, he doesn't give a damn. He's getting paid, I guess legally, I don't know if they can say, hey, it's 420, here's a special, because that kind of just promotes drug use technically, because it's not legal everywhere. Maybe that's why. I would love to see him on 420. I mean, we all know what Snoop Dogg's about. If you don't, clearly you're living under a fucking rock. But maybe legally, just with 420, they don't want to get involved. I know there's marijuana references in Call of Duty. Yeah. I don't know if they can just come right out and be like, hey, 420 special, it's Snoop Dogg. In the future, though, I think you will see video games doing that. It's just not legal everywhere, so that might be a problem. California is fully legal though, so in theory they could say whatever they want. But yeah, I really do wonder what went into that decision. I really do. 420 would have been way better than 419.
Yeah. Well, I don't know, but I really hope that he still has some of his voice lines from Call of Duty Ghosts, or that they recorded new ones, because that still is one of the funniest fucking things of all time. Is hey yo dog, they cap and B. And it's just like hell yeah. So I hope he has some voice lines.
Oh, I'm sure he'll have fucking. I want to hear his voice lines in Zombies. I think that would be the most hilarious.
That'd be fucking hilarious, yeah.
Like, wow, man, am I tripping? I can't imagine what they could have done. Nothing's probably ever going to beat the Ghostface operator though, because he recorded like
Ghostface is really good.
Lines. That was just gold. That was the most I've ever seen them do in an operator pack. I had to totally buy that. Snoop Dogg, I'm not gonna buy because I really just don't care. I mean, Snoop Dogg's cool, but Vanguard. Something tells me, I don't know, Vanguard with the new games coming out, like knowing now in 24 that there's a rumor they could be remastering Black Ops 1 and or 2. I think Black Ops 1 would probably be more suitable for it, maybe World of War. Knowing that we're on that, it's like, hey, Vanguard's probably going to still be active for me for a while, but yeah, good old Snoop Doggy Dog.
Well, guys, this has been. I don't know what. I don't know. I don't know why I got so caught up on fucking nothing. This has been the HexxedPhenom Gamescast, the show that brings you the video game news you need to know each and every week. It goes live every Saturday on youtube.com/HexxedPhenom and on podcast services around the globe, places like Apple Podcasts, Google Play, Spotify, really any podcast service of your choosing. And next week, we'll be back on our normal schedule of uploading on Saturdays at noon. Thank you for your patience. We appreciate it. And like I said, remember, if you didn't see it yesterday, I uploaded the last episode of the podcast that we recorded, which we recorded like 3 weeks ago. So it's old news by now, but if you want to go check it out, please do. Really appreciate the support. But until next time, guys, have a phenomenal week.